In a sport where time is measured in hundreds of seconds, the 6 weeks since Hickory have been eternity for the drivers and teams on the Busch Grand National Tour. Today, it's back to business at Nazareth Speedway, a strange combination of super speedway speed, short track action, and road course different left turns, where danger lurks around any one of those 5 oddly shaped corners. But that was last year. Today, everybody's ready to get their race face on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nazareth, Pennsylvania, a unique 5-cornered oval that will test these Busch teams today. And they've had 6, and with the rain out at Loudon, 7 weeks off. I'm Mike Joy, standing with David Green, and it's been kind of David Green's dream season. Top of the points, top of the qualifying orders today. Things have gone just great.
It's been perfect, Mike. My hat's off to all the Caterpillar racing team. Gave me a great race car week in and week out, and finally, it's just David Green has to do his job, and so far, so good. But we're enjoying our trip to Nazareth here, and I have to question you one thing. That's 6 corners here, not 5, and not 4, but 6.
And some drivers say 3. That's how unique this racetrack is. Now, yesterday, you qualified and practiced in overcast, cool weather. Today, it's nearly 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different, but I tell you, Goodyear's got us another great race tire here, and you know, the track's in good shape, and we're just kind of slip and slide in the heat today, but hopefully everybody will do a good job. I know my Caterpillar Chevrolet is awful good, and whether it's good cool conditions or hot conditions, so we got our fingers crossed.
All right, well, David on the pole is no surprise, but the man who's starting 4th, where did he come from? Steve Burns?
Mike, he comes from Emporia, Virginia, and his name is Sadler. Elliott Sadler, the younger brother of Busch Series regular Hermie Sadler. Elliott, you start 4th. The question is, can you win this race today?
We might if we stay out of trouble. Yesterday afternoon, the last practice, had a real good race car. We made a few laps with Randy and Mike, and if I can just stay out of trouble, you know, and I think we'll be okay at the end.
All right, well, best of luck to you, Elliott. Folks, let's take a look at some truck footage. Last weekend in Monroe, Washington, Mike Bliss races to victory over Ron Hornaday. Crew Chief Barry Dodson coaching him to victory, and he'll be with Mike Joy today. I'm standing here with Randy LaJoie. He's 2nd in points. He's starting 3rd today on the inside, a good spot. Randy, I've been around this track this morning in the pace car. It's awfully tough, awfully tight, not many places to pass. You're real aggressive. Are you going to attack this place, or how are you going to run this race?
Well, it depends on what this guy's giving me as far as a race car. I've had a good race car all week. We tested well up here. The Base Motorsports group has given me some good race cars all year. If we get out in the front, I'm just going to run as fast as I need to. But if I got to chase somebody, I'm going to run it hard. It's kind of a fun racetrack. You got to keep all your marbles together because you got 6 or 7 turns. I'm not sure how many there are. I haven't figured it out yet. So, hey, we're gonna run as hard as we can. And what it gives us, we're going to take, and if we have to take a little more, we'll just pull the belts a little tighter.
Okay, good luck, and thanks a lot.
I love that. 7 turns. That's the most I've heard from anybody yet. It's a strange track, and folks, the weather this weekend has been stranger. We'll tell you about that right after this.
As exclusive coverage of the course.
They're on the pace lap here at Nazareth, Pennsylvania, Andretti'ville, if you will. But home today to these full-fendered cars and the NASCAR Modifieds in a doubleheader. Look at that, 87 degrees. It never broke 60 yesterday, and we never saw the sun, not through practice, qualifying, or happy hour. And right now, full sun and what could be a slick or a tight racetrack. Nobody knows. Let's have a look at the starting grid for today's race. David Green, the point leader on the pole. Mike McLaughlin starting alongside. Row 2, there's Randy LaJoie, 2nd in the points, and Elliott Sadler. Row 3, Todd Bodine, who won here in '92, and Jeff Green. Larry Pearson, 2-time champ, and Hermie Sadler, 2nd at Hickory. Shane Hall had a good effort. He's 9th, and Curtis Markham, 10th in the points, or rather 3rd in the points, is 10th. Jeff Fuller and Jason Keller start in row number 6. Best start for Fuller in a while. Mark Green and Glenn Allen, the rookie leader, in row 7. Row 8 is Randy Porter and Mike Stefanik, the highest qualified Busch North driver. Jim Bowen and Kevin LePage in row 9. Kelly Moore, the Busch North champ, and Tommy Houston, row 10. Chad Little and Dennis Setzer in row 11. Row 12, defending champion of this race, Tim Fedua, along with Jeff Purvis. Bill Parsons, 4th in the points, and Ron Thiel Jr. from Long Island. Buckshot Jones makes his 4th start of the season. Doug Hebron, runner-up here last year. Dick Trickle flew up from Charlotte late last night. He's 29th. And Jamie Obey, the former Busch North champ. Rodney Combs and Mike Dillon, the rookie. Tom Bowles from Connecticut, and Ted Christopher with 5 modified championships under his belt. Bobby Donner and Mike Laughlin Jr. makes his second career start. Patty Moise and Mike Olson from Busch North. Dale Shaw, the 94 Busch North champion. Toshio Suzuki, the first Japanese Busch Series driver. And Jeff McClure and Joey McCarthy from New Jersey makes his Busch debut. They're the provisional starters. Drivers who did not make the show: Brian Donnelly, Bill Hoff, and Martin Truex crashed in practice and did not make a qualifying attempt. We'll be riding with Dick Trickle in the Duralube number 64, the Shoemaker Racing entry. There's a look out the windshield at this unique 5-cornered racetrack, and out the right side in the roof cam. Dick Trickle, who has not practiced. Tom Peck practiced and qualified that car. Rodney Combs in the Lance Snacks number 43 starts 31st today. As you see a view of the bridge and the far-off cement plant, Phil Parsons, the Channel Lock entry, rolls off 25th today. That's Ron Field just ahead to the right. Randy Porter in the Universe Sammy Kershaw entry. Randy had a good effort. He'll start 15th. Here's today's AutoZone race analysis, brought to you by the more than 1,300 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, best parts in auto parts. 42 cars will start this race. Over 200 laps on this 1-mile speedway. Chuck Bound in 1991 set the race record. Coming around and looking for green. We're set to get the Busch Series back underway after a 6-week, somewhat of a vacation for some teams. The green is waved, and David Green is quick off the start. Quickly, everybody dives for the bottom groove and tries to get single file before turn 2. Good clean start. Under the bridge through 2. Out of turn 3 and onto the back straightaway. A long downhill backstretch. And into what we call turn 4 as Mark Green at 37 makes a pass on the inside. Turn 5 brings you around this long sweeper and back to the start-finish line. That's Jeff Fuller trying to move up underneath the 51 of Mike Stefanik. Barry, a big guessing game this morning as far as what setup to put under these cars, practicing in cool, cloudy weather and racing in the sun and the heat.
It has to be, Mike, and we were just talking about Dick Trickle. He might have the best setup. He can't complain. He hadn't been here to practice the car. Some guys say the track's going to tighten up. Some guys say it's going to get loose. We've got to wait and see.
Jeff Green in the good wrench number 3 works underneath Elliott Sadler, who has not been able to get down to the bottom of the racetrack in line. He'll slide in here. Sadler in that unsponsored number 46 car. Back straightaway. Older brother Hermie now right on younger brother's tail.
He's not about to tap him.
No, they own that car. Kelly Moore, the Busch North champ. Down on what looks like a rumble strip there in turn number 1. Actually, it's painted like a rumble strip. Part of the groove through 2 and 3. That is rumble strip on the yellow down there to the inside. Out of 3 to the backstretch. Riding with Randy Porter. Bouncing into turn 4, and look at what a long sweeping turn this is before you come out of 5 and onto the front stretch. Turn 1, there's that little bit of yellow paint, but not rippled pavement. Here in turn 2 at the bridge. Keeps the car down pretty tight. Way low coming out of turn number 3 there. Look at Tommy Houston trying to gain a little ground on the outside there on Kevin LePage, the Farmer's Choice Fertilizer number 88. Patty Moise, rather that's Mike Stefanik on the outside, Jason Keller underneath. Looking for a little racing room. There's Jeff Fuller. Rather, he was 47, but since Kelly Moore, the Busch North champ, has entered, Fuller had to give up his number. He runs 17 today, the same number that's on his brother Rick's modified later today. That battle between Keller, 57, and Stefanik, 51, continues. Boy, Jason just drove under him right under the bridge, and that's a tough place to pass. Todd Bodine, 81, the Cape Canaveral Cruise Line car. Under pressure. And you're riding with Bill Parsons. Boy, Barry, in the early going, it's certainly a one-groove racetrack.
It is, Mike, and they're trying to show patience. They stressed that in the drivers' meeting. These guys have to go to Charlotte next week. Some of them are the same cars. Got to show patience. It looks like the only place you can really make a move and make any momentum's off turn 5 up here.
Bill Parsons tracking the number 40 Kleenex entry of defending race champ Tim Fiedel. Different line entering 2 there. Fiedel low. Parsons coming in, taking a later apex, if you will. He really liked to hug that ripple strip, and you saw Fiedel car get just a little loose there. Parsons, no room on the bottom there. Buckshot Jones in the 0-0, and Doug Hebron closing in. Leader. David Green has been on the point since the start of this race. Randy LaJoy in second, Mike McLaughlin third. Todd Bodine runs in fourth, Jeff Green fifth, Hermie Sadler sixth, Larry Pearson, Elliott Sadler, Curtis Markham, all. Boy, Stefanik's car, Verna Boyler's 51, just won't stay to the bottom of the racetrack there. Tommy Houston getting underneath.
Yeah, he's got to push. Tommy's had a good car. They lost an engine in qualifying second lap. He was much quicker than that. Might be a guy to watch today with a lot of experience.
Jeff Purvis, David Lee Murphy, number 4, dives underneath. James Finch and the Purvis crew did a few laps of yesterday afternoon practice, parked the car, hopped in the plane, went down to Charlotte for the Winston Select last night.
And they knew it was going to turn from 60 to 80.
No sense wearing it out in practice when the weather's going to change. Jim Bound and the Barbasol ride just ahead of Parsons now, back straight away. Up front, David Green in the Caterpillar 95 has had it all his own way. We have completed 12 laps with Green leading Randy LaJoy, Mike McLaughlin, Todd Bodine, and Jeff Green, Hermie Sadler, Larry Pearson, Elliott Sadler, and Curtis Markham. We'll be right back. When you win the pole here in Nazareth, along with the Busch Pole Award, you get a brand new Martin guitar. Robert Hook made the presentation to David Green.
On behalf of Martin Guitar, Chris Martin, our chairman, and our 500 co-workers, I'm proud to present this handcrafted Martin acoustic guitar to David Green. It's been hand-signed by all the drivers today, including David right up here near the top. So congratulations, David, and good luck in the race tomorrow.
Was that Thunder Road?
Yeah. Rory Calhoun.
I thought it was Robert Mitchum. I'll be darned. Elliott Sadler has brought out the first caution of the day. Slap the wall coming out of turn number 3. A very tight corner. And second time in. There it goes. Sadler has pitted. Steve is there.
I can't see much of the right side of the car, but we know that's where the majority of the damage is. Crew is also pulling the fenders out from the left side. We can see him tearing apart the right side sheet metal. Can't tell yet if any of the suspension has been damaged. We'll follow up and get right back to you.
Thanks, Steve. Looks like they're going to refit the right front tire, clear away sheet metal, and then have Elliott go out, run a couple laps under this caution, and see how the car feels. This is his 5th Busch Grand National start and his best qualifying effort ever. And it looks like they didn't get it all off, so he'll be back. Back in. First caution of the day. We have completed 18 laps. Let's take a break here from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Glad to have you with us today on the Nashville Network.
coverage of the Core States Meridian Advantage 200 on TNN is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. At Napa, we keep America running.
In one lap, we'll go back to racing. Tom Bowles made a pit stop under that caution as they work on Elliott Sadler's car. Also, Joey McCarthy out of Randolph, New Jersey, making his first start in the Busch Series, made a stop, and it looks like it's going to take a little more than duct tape to get. Well, there's a few DeWalt power tools at work there, trying to get him back into the race. 19 laps complete, one caution so far. The Aquafresh ride of Buckshot Jones comes back in for a quick stop, and he is going to miss the green flag as he rolls slowly down pit road. He'll try to get up to speed before the field comes by. We are back under green at Nazareth, Pennsylvania, with David Green, the pole sitter, hauling them around. 4 drivers broke the track record in qualifying: Green, McLaughlin, LaJoy, and Elliott Sadler. Barry, they've had 15 laps to run here and see what the racetrack's going to be like under this hot, very sunny condition. They've settled down into a one-group running order pretty much, but what do you see from the way these cars are working?
Well, it seems like the good cars are still good. Some of them have their handful. Hermie's done a good job at moving up. He's gotten by Jeff Green, and Larry Pearson's sitting back there. I think it's too early to tell. Goodyear's brought such a good tire, hadn't had enough time to give up yet if it's going to.
With this weather, do you expect these cars will tighten up or loosen up?
I'm hearing from the experienced drivers that they will tighten up, and it doesn't make a lot of sense for the sun to be out and a car develop a push. What they're talking about is the whole car will slide because you don't have any banking here. No,
a very, very flat racetrack. Steve has an update on Sadler's car. Be back with Steve in a moment. There's LaJoy. There's McLaughlin. Now Steve Burns. Steve?
Mike, I talked to Jeff Buckner, Elliott's crew chief, and he said that the tow-in has been knocked out. Also wanted to let you folks know at home, the crew chiefs here expect pit stops for gas at about 100 laps. That's as far as they can go, and they get 2 additional sets of tires to the one they're starting the race on.
So it could, if it times out right, be a one-stop race.
It could be. I don't think gas is going to be a factor from checking around this morning. Reason being, with what we see as 5 turns here, some drivers at 6 and 7, you're off the gas so much, it's not like you're running 100 miles on, full throttle. I don't think gas is an issue.
David Green on point, and you see Randy LaJoy right with it. Everyone this weekend has cautioned patience. You say patience to Randy LaJoy, he just kind of laughs.
He did. He was a great guy to ask about that.
He's closing up on David Green right here. Gaining a couple feet every corner. Let's pull back to the battle for 10th place. And even deeper yet in the field. Parsons a move looking to the inside of Randy Porter, 2 of our onboard camera cars. Randy slides up the racetrack just a little bit. And back at the front. Now here's 10th place. That's Jeff Fuller in the Sunoco 17. There's Fuller. And quite a pack right behind him. And trouble on Fuller's car. He's dropped down to the inside. And off the pace after posting his best qualifying effort in some time. Now the 99 of Glenn Allen Jr. drops to the inside, and Allen's going to move up and grab the 10th spot.
Good move.
Nice pass at what people told us, Barry, is the place to pass. You're going right into 1.
Right.
Caught Shane Hall and that white unsponsored number 85 up to the top side of the racetrack. Now Tommy Houston, with a lot of folks here from Suburban Propane to watch Tommy run. They're headquartered near here. Underneath Shane Hall, who drops in line.
A lot of experience with Tommy. Like I said, he looked great yesterday and lost an engine qualifying. Still had a good run, so we look for him to be up front.
Tommy won the pole for this race in 1989, the second year it was run. Kevin Page just ahead of him in the Farmer's Choice, number 88. Kevin making his second start with Ridling Motorsports. Finished 17th here last year. Page has come from 18th up to 11th. Let's go back up front. David Green still with Randy LaJoy in tow. And a little of a gap back to McLaughlin. And the number 1 of Hermie Sadler and Todd Bodine. Hermie has moved up pretty well. Up now into 4th position after starting 8th.
Yeah, Hermie thinks he's got a good car. It looks like Fuller went behind the wall.
There you see them cutting across in turn 1 and in the wall. Rodney Combs. Did he get the wall?
Looked like
he may have. Trouble on the Lance Snacks, number 43. As you ride with Combs, kind of feeling it out there. See if he stays out or chooses to pit.
Yeah.
The car went way up the racetrack, and I couldn't tell if he slapped the wall or not.
He missed a good chance, Mike, if he didn't.
You're right. Elliott Sadler's back on pit road. Sadler making that stop. A lot of damage to the right front of that car. Rodney Combs just went by our vantage point, and I don't see any damage.
I think he missed it.
No. Lap traffic begins to come into play. And number 50 is Jeff McClure, the Health Source Ford of Bobby Jones. And that'll put a little distance between Green and Randy LaJoy in Phenol Loop 74. Moving around Tom Bowles in the Bowles Chrysler Plymouth, number 76. One of the Busch North drivers who made the show. Let's show you again what happened to Rodney Combs here. Man.
That's definitely infield. Grandstand. Whoa.
If he got the wall, he just touched it. But it looked like Ron Thiel of Levitt's Furniture 87 might have gotten into the back of Combs. But there's Rodney. He's still out there. Right behind Mike Olson in the little trees. Number 61.
Turn 4. Turn 5.
A big one. 2 cars around. Mike Laughlin Jr. as the car stopped down to the inside. Joey McCarthy, number 11, in the Rent-A-Wreck. Yes, folks, it really says Rent-A-Wreck on McCarthy's car. And Rodney Combs was in it. So that'll bring out the caution for the second time. It's lap 34. The best passing place, drivers tell us here at Nazareth, is to drop under a driver there at turn 5 and get a run down the front straightaway. And that type of move may have led to this second incident of the day.
They were double file. It's one of the places you can get there and try to make a pass to get your speed up for the front straightaway. The only really safe place to pass, and they just got in trouble.
Pit road is open. And we'll take a break from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, and be right back with you on a beautiful sunny Sunday with Busch Series Racing live on TNN. Welcome back to Nazareth. Mike Joy with Barry Dodson and Steve Burns as Rodney Combs makes a pit stop. So did Mike Laughlin Jr., Bobby Donner, and Buckshot Stone. Here's what happened. Turn 5, this camera's located right near the start-finish line. Mike Laughlin Jr. goes around, and in the aftermath, Rodney Combs gets tangled up with yet a third car. Dale Shaw also stopped with damage. Joey McCarthy was that third automobile involved. We are back under green. And again, quickly, they try to settle down single file. Go back to the garage area, Steve.
Mike with Jeff Fuller, who has just climbed from the Sunoco Chevy. Jeff, another tough break for you. You just can't seem to buy a break this year. What put you out today?
Yeah, it was. You know, the Sunoco Chevrolet was running real good. I think we had a motor problem. I didn't even have a chance to mess my hair up.
Well, you look good anyways. We saw you in the garage.
Yeah, you know, it's a tough deal, but, you know, Charlotte's next week. We went down there and tested, and I think we're getting the program back together. It's just unfortunate, but we'll be back.
All right, best of luck.
They did a lot of chassis work over the last 4 to 6 weeks in Fullerton, qualified 11th. He's back in 24th in the points. Dale Shaw, former Busch North champ, with damage to the front end of that car, the Ocean Spray. Entry back on pit road. Riding with Dick Trickle. And the number 64, Duralube Chevy. Front straightaway here. Dive down into turn number 1. Running in 31st position. Turn 2, the bridge. You see the warm-up lane down to the inside there. As he cuts across a little bit of grass there at turn 3 and into the back straightaway.
Yeah, he looks a little loose off. You know, they already got him a lap down. He just needs some time to work on it.
Now, folks, loose off is crew chief talk. It means the car is getting loose coming off the corner. But a lot of those words don't matter. Loose off, that's all you need to say.
It means the trunk's trying to pass the hood.
Exactly. Trickle pulls down on Mike Dillon, rookie driver in the Detroit Gasket 72. And now moves up on Ron Thiel. One of 6 Busch North entries in this race. Even on the radios, the cars dance around a good bit here.
They do dance around without banking, and it's such a smooth surface. They're really not into the racetrack, and that's where air pressure comes in. And as the race goes on, these crews will stop. They'll start dropping a pound out, and if it's better, they'll go another pound and try to get some grip.
Freight train racing. Trickle moves up on the outside of Ron Thiel. Remember, Trickle had no practice time. 13, the Les Care Kitchens car, Teddy Christopher. Out of Connecticut. Driving for Ted Marsh, another of the Busch North regulars. And he's got a string of modified championships up north. And now this is Kelly Moore just ahead. The Busch North champ in the Tic Tac Pennzoil Pontiac. Trickle 20 laps of this race. Looked like he was going straight backwards, but now that car is working well.
A lot of savvy there, and maybe it was just having to get used to it and having confidence in it with some of these blind corners, you know, just get confident within the car. He's moving up with it right now.
That's the other tough thing about Nazareth. This place drives like a street circuit. You enter a corner and you cannot see out the other side. Caution is out. Third time today.
Don't see it, Mike, right now.
Now we'll await word from NASCAR next door. 44 laps complete. David Green has led everyone. Randy LaJoie in second. Mike McLaughlin third. In fourth is Hermie Sadler, and fifth, Todd Bodine. No change in the front 5 as we go to break. We'll be right back. We're on TNN right after our telecast. Trans Am style racing, the Sunoco Ultra 94 Classic. From Ontario, Canada, Ron Fellows, Dorsey Schrader, the rest of the Trans Am warriors on the road course. Next, here at Nazareth, Pennsylvania, caution is out for debris on the racetrack at turn number 2. The safety crew was out picking it up. Gave a couple of drivers the opportunity to make pit stops, and we're ready to go back to green. We talked at the top of the show about David Green's dream season. He has started on the pole and led every lap here. Randy LaJoie, is he biding his time? What do you think, Kurt?
Randy's got his hands full. You know, David looks good. Randy looks good. A lot of cars. Hermie, Tommy Houston's moving up. Green flag. Here we go.
Back under green at lap 46. Moving underneath the lap number 50 of Jeff McClure. And that'll create some distance because it takes McLaughlin a little longer time to get by than the first 2 cars. Hermie Sadler, Todd Bodine moving up on the laps car. For now, it's a 2-car breakaway. There's Bodine in 81 and Jeff Green in the number 3 at a tough place to pass down there.
Made it tight.
Yep. Going into turn 4.
Oh, turn 5.
1 car hard in the wall. And about 4 more received some damage as a result. Dick Trickle, hand in the air to get through there safely. For everybody to check up.
Everybody made it away but one.
That's Ted Christopher. Stafford modified champ. Plainville, Connecticut. Les Hair Kitchen Chevrolet. The car that got turned up and into the wall at turn 5. There's Ted, one of twin brothers. Compete in the modified